Part 4, right? This is reality podcasting. We got some glitches. We got all these fun, exciting things. It's heating up. Okay, so now I was talking about the attachment. Why I didn't, 4 other times, I didn't win the tub of love till the 5th time. I didn't win the prize. Who cares? Like, all the people listening, you don't need to know the tub of love. You need to know it was a grand prize. It was like one huge, incredible prize that I had 5 opportunities to win, and I didn't win to the 5th time, and it was because I didn't really care. I cared, but I forgot that I really wanted it. But underneath that, I wasn't attached to winning it. I wasn't attached to winning. I didn't need it to define me. I didn't need, and it's not like the winning doesn't define me. I didn't need the services to help my business and my purpose and my mission to prove that I was worthy, because that's what's underneath the whole thing. Suzanne, does that make sense?
Yes. I go, aha,
And so we're talking about that attachment, and this is the huge thing. I forgot, I didn't need it, whatever. I was just happy to just be happy. But so Suzanne, where are you now? Like, do you have any questions? Because we're talking about now forgetting, like, let it go. Like, it's just whatever happens, happens.
Go. You weren't attached. And I'm just going to mention the part that I thought was fascinating is you gave away before you got.
Oh, okay. So that's all part of, because I'm going to do a specific podcast on the exact breakdown of all the events that occurred to have me win this tub of love. Now, but I will, yes. So here's the thing. In my ability not to be attached to anyone or anything, to prove that I'm worthy at some level, and that I'm good enough, and that I matter, and that my life has meaning before I'm dead. Because I have 0 attachments to that now, through training, and massive training, by the way. Massive training of understanding, and massive training of understanding the mechanics of it, and where it comes from, and why the human psyche plays tricks on us. Because of all of that, and not having the attachment, I was set free to not be bogged down by having to prove myself, by doing and having and doing, by meeting people, connecting. Oh my God, how can I build my business? What do I need next? Oh my gosh, I need the next piece for the business. I need the financial person. I need the app person. I need the website development person. All of that I was able to let go of. And in letting go of all of that, I just was present, completely and utterly present, and clear as a bell. And that freed me up to be generous and a contribution to others. The very thing that I stand for. The ability to give back, be of service, to make a difference in the world, especially with other human beings. That's the contribution part of this. So Suzanne, are you listening?
Yes, I am.
Okay, good. You're still there. Does that answer the question?
Yes.
Right? So because I was so crystal clear, I had room to create whatever I wanted to create in my beingness, in my attitude, in my vibration I was sending out. And I declared it. I had the intention for it. I said, I am here to merely be of service and a contribution to other human beings. That is my gift. That's what I do. That's why I lived the life that I had lived and gone through all the tragedies and pain and anguish in my life, was to understand myself as a human being and share that with others. That is it. I'm passionate about it. I love it. I'm obsessed. I am obsessed with the human psyche, and have been since I was a child. And in that, I could just show up. So what that meant was, specifically in this was the hardest tub of love to win, by the way, Suzanne. You had to go through 4 stages to win it. The first round, or 3 stages. Okay, wait, yeah.
3 stages.
3 stages, sorry, yeah. The first round is you had to have a poker hand. And I don't even play poker. I don't even know. I've never played poker in my life. I don't even know what that meant. So at the event, they're handing out cards. And all we need to know, because I'm not going to go into it, is that I got 3 cards and I saw they were nothing. Like I knew at least that I knew enough to go, oh, you either need a 4 pair, or I know you need like a row, a king, queen, a 1, 2, 3, 4, a king, queen, jack, whatever. You needed like 5 cards that went in succession. I did know that much, but I never played poker in my life. And I saw 3 cards and I'm like, whatever. I said, I'm going to hand out these cards to people who I saw a bunch of people collecting a lot of cards. And I went to those people and the people I liked and I said, do you need any of these cards? Will this help you win? And then people took them. And I helped one woman get 5 aces. I helped another guy. He took a card, a 2 of clubs, another one, right? I just gave him away. And then another person's like, oh, I'll take it in case I need it. I let it go. He didn't even need it, but he took it anyway. And there it was.
This is your demonstration.
Mm-hmm.
Also, it's, in my opinion, 2 things.
Mm-hmm.
You're being of service to other people,
mm-hmm.
and you're demonstrating to what I call the universe
mm-hmm.
that you're not attached to the tub of love, because you're actively saying,
mm-hmm.
it doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care. I don't need.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not attached to winning. In fact, I'm going and helping other people win. But in that, you are actually first being of service.
Mm-hmm.
And but it's the demonstration, not just thinking and feeling, which is part of the magic that I love.
Mm-hmm.
It is actually doing an action that says, I'm not attached.
Mm-hmm.
And in your 4 prior ones, that was not the case. Okay, so go ahead.
So it was all through these couple of years that I've been involved with Secret Knock, that I continue to train and work on myself. And it was only because of my own training, this technology, the thing I practice, preach, and teach, that's what made the difference. Is I had to keep training and keep experiencing not being attached, and training and seeking and looking and using my own technology with myself, along with my other team of healers and support system, my mentors, right? I am my number one, and then I have other people on my team to support my empowerment, my self-worth, and my empowerment journey. Okay, so yes, and then I had to also, and I did, I re-presence trusting and believing that I don't need the tub of love, that I'll meet all the right people in my beingness, and they will come toward me. I will magnetize them at the exact perfect time. And in that faith, again, the blind faith, I didn't need the tub of love. I knew that it would just happen. I didn't need it. Do you see that? Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And so I just stayed focused on my greatest passion and was able to let everything else go. And sure enough, I won. I would have to win. That's what I believe. Anyone who does that wins. Whether it's a tub of love, the lottery, but who cares? The romance of their life, they win with their health and wellness. They win with their getting married. They win with connecting or getting pregnant or adopting a baby. That's how you win. Doesn't matter what it is. You just win. You win with happiness, feeling good, not having any disease in the body, not having any stress, not being at the effect of circumstances and external conditions. That's what we're talking about. That's what I call hashtag self-freedom. That's what I call transformational freedom. The freedom to be happy, enjoy, make a difference. If you want to, you don't ever have to, but to have the most magnificent, radically extraordinary life before death. Bam, that's it. Whatever that means to you.
Oh my gosh, love that.
Mm-hmm.
And I love how you define winning in about a dozen ways, and you could probably go on to 24 ways,
Mm-hmm.
but it's not just one, it's not material.
Mm-mm.
It's the inside, it's the
Mm-hmm.
feeling,
Mm-hmm.
and if we feel, then it's whatever we want on the outside.
Mm-hmm.
But it's, I mean, all those things you just listed are spot on.
Mm-hmm.
And when we talk about goals in life, like set goals and all those things, like I just wonder, because I'm guilty of this, are those things on my goals? Because I go, okay, relationships, whatever would be in that category, career and finance, that what's in that category. But yours are your goal in life, which is really significant,
Mm-hmm.
is wanted to die happy.
Mm-hmm.
And you found that because you unlocked the knowledge that you said you've been wanting and knowing, and you knew when you had it, and it
Yeah.
didn't matter about your anything else that you had around you, but you had the answers in your mind and in your soul to then be, and then to share.
Mm-hmm.
And so I love that you cast such a wide net on success. I
Oh my
love that.
God. It's like, as a matter of fact, not just cast a wide net, everything's pretty much irrelevant. Except what? I am extremely out there and into the ethereal. I live and choose to live in the spirit world. I'm highly intuitive, clairvoyant, whatever words you want to use. But my desire is to live at the highest realm of spirituality, like out in the ether. I believe we are all spiritual beings in the human form. I absolutely believe that. So pretty much everything to me is virtual reality. In other words, life is everything that we have in life, including people, is really irrelevant. What matters is the spiritual energy of happiness. There are only two things I wanted when I was conceived. Number one, to be happy. Number two, to have meaning, a purpose. That was it. Now,
Mm-hmm.
that's because I believe I am a very high, and I'm an old soul and a very high level spiritual being. Like I've been here many, 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 many times. I believe in past lives. That's why I came in with this desire. So it's Maslow's hierarchy of needs. It depends where we are in our life. I'm not putting it down, but there are people at a more fundamental level of just survival. That's like the third world countries, okay? And they need their basic needs met: food, shelter, clothing. Do you understand?
Mm-hmm.
Let's not
Yep.
discount that at all. I will never discount that. That's why I give back so much, because I've been so profoundly blessed. Okay? And I'm finally at a
Mm-hmm.
point where I'm spiritually, emotionally full. My cup is running over that I can now give back so profoundly and so powerfully. And I had to train for it.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't ready emotionally or spiritually at all to give back when my sister died. And I immediately started a 501c3 nonprofit organization that has the nonprofit status. And I couldn't fulfill upon it because emotionally I was a train wreck.
Mm-hmm.
But when we talk about hierarchies of needs, I came in at the one of the higher levels, so to speak, in that I don't care about survival. I don't care about having clothes. I know it sounds crazy. It really is so irrelevant to me because I believe so highly in the spiritual. Now, people are like, that's too woo-woo, that's too out there. Okay, so here's what I'm going to tell people. My story is a little different that way, but what you want to do, everyone on the planet needs to do this if they want a magical life, okay, is number one, understand, connect, and unconditionally love yourself for all that you are and all that you are not. That's unconditional love for self. That's number one.
Mm-hmm.
That is it. Like, that is the source. And understanding that and being connected to something higher some be connected to something greater than yourself. Like whether you believe in God or the universe or spirit world, whatever it is, that there's this supernatural force, a supernatural phenomenon. Does that make sense? That it plays a huge part in this, which is very spiritual. But you don't even have to be spiritual. It's just respect and love yourself unconditionally. Period. End of story. Then the rest will just fall into place. Now, then you want to focus on having your basic needs met. Food, shelter, clothing, income. Yes?
Yes.
And then from there, you branch out. That's for everybody. That the human brain will do better on that. It's the least amount of stress. How I do things is not for the masses. I know that, and it's too much. But what we can say is, I believe every human being can do this. Focus on loving themselves unconditionally, respecting themselves unconditionally, for the good, the bad, and the ugly. The good, the bad, and the ugly. By understanding the human psyche, how the brain functions based on neuroscience and languaging, which is my work. And then from there, stay connected to your passion and desire. Focus on that. Take appropriate actions. And the more you love yourself, the more you're able to relate to other people and connect to other people. And it's in that connection to other people and relationships that will build everything that you are setting forth to create in your life.
I love that.
And then I'm going to say that get to have the least amount of emotional wear and tear is you've got to have the money coming in to support your survival needs.
Yep.
And get that stabilized, right? And that a lot of people have to have, and I highly suggest it. Don't quit your day job. Get a job, have stable income, but you also need to work on yourself to stay motivated, because including myself, we got to build our dreams on the side. Right? So I'm very fortunate though, but it took me my third time as a charm, is that I was able to create income by doing and being what I love. If you can do that, you got to be at a very high level of consciousness and wherewithal and determination. That is not the masses, that's the minority. That's not for everybody and most people. So then you've got to have the ability. That means someone with a job paying their survival needs, roof, clothing, shelter, bills, okay? Then that person has to work on their psyche, their motivation, their determination, their inspiration, their transformation. That's the self-love aspect, self-respect aspect. And that means you got to take the money you're making, invest in that. You have to invest. I have invested hundreds of thousands of dollars. And by the way, the most of the money that I have spent investing into myself has paid me back 1 trillion-fold. But the largest portion of the money I've spent has been in my spiritual mentors.
Okay, spirit. That's what I'm like, what does that look like? But it's spiritual mentors.
Yes, and advisors and consultants, the healing people, the healers, not the business people.
Which you are one of. Yep.
Yes, I am a healer. I am a spiritual healer. My clients call me a shaman, a sage savant, however you want to say it, but I'm definitely a healer. Whatever you want to say, I want solutions and answers for my own life. I want healing. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want motivation. You can, no thanks. I mean, I like it. It's not what I want. I want the healing. I want the transformation. I want to be brand new. That's what transformation is. Transforming, brand new, newly. Something's new. I don't want it old. I don't want antiquated. I don't want to live from the past. I want new. Okay. So then that means you got to work and invest in yourself. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. I have made huge investments, time, energy, money. All the money that I make, I have put right back into myself and my business, in that order. In myself and my business. In myself. Most of the bulk of the income, because I came from such destitute, impoverished, emotional background and spiritual background. That's why I had to invest the most amount of money into that part. And now I'm at the point where I'm investing into the business structure. And I had to do it in that order. Okay?
Yep.
So everybody could do that. But thank you, Suzanne, for respecting and honoring that intuitive, the healing part, the healer that I am, the spiritual, high-level spiritual healer. That is my shtick, my game, my jam. That is where my love and heart resides. And I've actually had mentors that I've paid lots of money, tens of thousands of dollars to hire, actually told me, don't tell people about your intuition. Don't tell people that
it's
your
gift.
I know. And he's fired. Haven't been back since.
I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's your gift. It's the uniqueness.
Yeah.
But you are so spot on with things because of the knowledge and wisdom and the intuition is what I find that is your gift in helping me and I know your other case studies that you've shared through time, that it's the whole component. And so when people are looking for coaching, then I think that having both is super. And the other thing that I love about you that you've mentioned here in the last 5 minutes is the thing that I love is that about you is the non-judgment. It is so much a part of you, but I'm so aware of people and judgment. And not necessarily of me. I may not care what they think of me, but I am aware when they judge others, and it's like I repulsed to that. And what I love about you is you are like, okay, so Suzanne, here's where you are. You are able to define it without judgment.
Yeah.
Yes. So you're like, Suzanne, do you realize this is where you are? And I can agree. But you don't make it so harsh that you make me feel like maybe I'm failing in an area. And so you wrap it with care, but it's straightforward. And I'm just also going to say that I think that one of the beauties, and we've talked about this, but I'm just going to touch on it because I'm moved to, is that I've done years of counseling with real counselors, and some of them also, I was blessed that they had intuition, so I have value in that. But I was not getting answers, and you are not afraid to hear what's going on, and then to say, okay, you aren't getting it, Suzanne. Like, you're not getting the message, and here's what I'm seeing that's showing up in your life, and you tell me the message, and I'm like, that's what I'm missing, Karen. Oh my gosh, like you connect dots. So if somebody else has been like, they're stuck at the Maslow's hierarchy where they don't want to be, whether it's level 1, 2, or 3, or 4, wherever they are, if they're missing fulfillment in some area, the thing that I have loved about you is the lack of judgment with where I am on that Maslow. And it is that you can give the keys, and you're not afraid to be upfront, direct, honest, and fill in that gap with a dot-to-dot picture that I've heard words, or I've heard phrases, or I have some inkling of what's going wrong, but you take it to the next level of understanding, and I swear it's moved me forward. But Your lack of judgment is absolutely beautiful.
Wow, thank you for that. And that's my favorite. That's like another favorite topic. Is I had to train. I am a judge by nature, by the way. And if anyone knows Briggs Myers, I am an INFJ, JJ. That means I'm a very judgy person, and meaning I had to train like a banshee for this one. That has paid off big time. And that means by this work, I was able to let go and judge people because I'm really judging myself and projecting that outward and criticizing myself, projecting that outward. And now, when you deal with incest survivors, rape survivors, human trafficking survivors, okay, you better not judge because it will get you into big trouble. And here's the thing with judging. Now, I'm not condoning anything. I'm not defending perpetrators, and I've worked with perpetrators of incest, by the way. And people have gotten mad at me for not judging them and being angry. And here's what I know about that. The more I judge others, the more I'm judging myself internally and diseasing myself and poisoning myself. But better yet, I have zero ability to make a difference with that human being because it will trigger all their self-defense coping mechanisms. They will be defended and guarded. And what happens if they're defended and guarded? They're really getting triggered into fear, and they're going to either flee or fight or flight.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have no power to help this person if they flee or fight me. And I'm not fighting. I can't break a nail, girl. I can mess up my hair, okay? Like, I can't fight in these 5-inch stiletto heels, which, by the way, at the Tub of Love, there was a runway, and we had to do a catwalk, and I was in 5-inch heels. And I did do a great catwalk. I should have won on that alone, but we had to then do another round to win, and it was a shooting round,
Mm-hmm.
okay, with a crossbow.
Mm-hmm.
But what I'm saying is, I ain't fighting. I can't. I'm too pretty. Okay, I am too pretty to get a score on my face. I am not fighting anybody. And if you freeze, you're not going to hear me, so that's not going to work. Fight, flight, or freeze is in the realm of transformation and consciousness. But no, in danger, people freeze. They're like, right? Fight, flight, or freeze. If you freeze, you shut down, so I can't help you. If you fight me, you're not even open for anything because you're in aggression mode, and I'm not playing. Homie, don't play that. And then if you flee, you're gone. I can't help you. So then why am I even here? If I have a purpose to empower people, I got nothing to do. Mm-hmm. And you can only ride so many horses, and you can only ride one horse at a time, technically, or 2 horses if you're able to do the 2 legs on the team of horses guy.
Exactly.
Yeah, but still, that's only 2 horses. And so what else am I going to do with myself here? I gotta be making a difference because that's what makes me happy. So that's excellent. That's brilliant. That's where that judging thing that I had to train even harder for. So I love that you brought that up. That is an art form, and that is something that does not come easy, and I still get triggered, and I know exactly how to stop it. So that's the good news. Otherwise, my life would be too much. Like it would be too tormenting. And then that would show up as disease in the body. So, that said, any other questions, Suzanne, at this point? Because we're about to wrap it up here.
You have been phenomenal. This has been my wish, dream, hope. I cannot wait. I have stayed very present and have not taken notes. Good. But I can tell you, I'm going back over from podcast 1, 2, 3, and 4. And I'm going to be jotting down the highlights that hit me this time. And I love that the podcasts are always going to be there, and I'll hit them again and learn more. But I appreciate, because I think that you are giving to the world so much value. And I can just say that I know you always tell me you're scratching the surface. This is pretty deep surface, in my opinion, that you're offering.
Mm-hmm.
You're kind of digging the garden to plant some good food. But I know you're going to tell me I'm not even like digging that far. So I know there's always more. So, but I just appreciate that this content is available and free so that people can experience you, because that is huge, and that they can have some transformation in their life. And I just think you're brilliant. So thank you for sharing.
Oh, wow. Okay, so thank you for that. Yes, this is free. It's going to be up on iTunes, Stitcher, Spotify. Like, this is for the world. This is my way of contributing to the people that cannot become, nor will not, nor want to become my private client, right? I have a high level executive private practice. I coach people. At this point in my coaching career, I advise, mentor, and coach people, and I'm actually a muse for them, M-U-S-E, muse, for people like me, some of the most powerful people in the world, high-level executives and movers and shakers in the world. They have my personality, and they're my profile. Those are my private clients. That is their profile. That, which is a very costly investment, but I'm telling you, well worth it. But this is for all the people that are just getting started or new, they're at this level. And the reason I bring that up is that if anyone is ever interested in my private mentorship program, then you would definitely want to email me, KarenLovely@gmail. Message me from KarenLovely.com, anywhere on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Just message me, and you want to say, I must know about your private coaching programs. I'm interested in hiring you as my private coach. And then we will set up a time. I will talk with you at that time if you're interested. Any other questions, comments, you can still email me, and just let me know, if you want me to address anything on the podcast, you have any questions, you can always contact me that way for sure. And so we have that aspect, Suzanne, but yes, this is my way of giving back.
Actually giving first, which is one of your key.
Oh, yes. Thank you. Oh, yay. Okay. Giving first.
Protege here.
Yay.
Learning.
Yep. Okay. That's brilliant.
So for people, can you tell them how to spell your name if they are not familiar with you?
Yeah. Karen, Karen, love, Love, Lee, Lee, at gmail.com. But you can Google me and I will show up. You want to listen to these podcasts. I have some really exciting guests coming up as well. I also want to talk to you, Suzanne. The reason why you are here with me on my podcast, I need to share the profile, and that people have an opportunity to be on the other end of any one of my podcasts. And what I'm looking for are people like you, Suzanne, that are open, willing, committed, who get it and aren't guarded in terms of you are coachable, trainable. You're at a point in your life where you've tried, was it 20 years of therapy, of counseling? Yes?
Yep.
Okay. So you have that experience going, okay, that didn't work. And I also have that experience of being in therapy and asking for it since I was a kid, and in and out of therapy my most of my life. And they never gave me the answers. I had to go and figure it out. But they all helped me to get where I am today.
And I agree with that statement.
Yeah, absolutely.
For me.
Yes. So you're open. You're not here to, I've had actual people try to debate my podcasts. Not this personal one, but the one I did with my co-host, my co-hosted podcast. I actually had somebody start to debate, several people we had, debating what we were saying, and we were only out there to help empower other people. I don't have time for that. Okay? This is all about helping people. This is not up for debate. I'm only telling you, disclaimer, this is what has worked for me by example, case study, and everything that I do is based on, I have tried it, experimented, experienced it myself before I put it out there. For everything that I teach, I have a real life, at least 3 examples. Okay?
Yep.
So that's
Yep.
why, right? You are here with me, and you're going to continue being here with me because I love your energy, your openness, your coachability, your trainability, your questions, your interest, your passion, right? This
Hmm.
You're a seeker like me, and you crave like me understanding from a deeper level.
Very much. And
Yes.
thank you for all that.
Yes, you're so welcome. So anyone who's like you, Suzanne, who wants to be on one of my podcasts, also contact me. Any which way, contact me, email me, and let me know, hey, I think I'm like Suzanne, I'd like to be on your podcast. And
Exactly.
yeah, and
Love
it's
it.
male or female. I also coach men, and I'm a stand for the men and the boys in this world. Okay, now also, and you'll see that on my digital download store. That's coming up, and we're working out we have some glitches, and I'm looking for my expert to manage that for me because I've done most of it myself, actually all of it myself up until this point, with just a little bit of help. And so I'm now looking, but I have a digital download store, KarenLovely.com. KarenLovely.com. This is where you can buy the audios of me actually coaching real life people. That's where you get coaching through somebody else. And it actually is effective and can help for pennies on the dollar. For pennies on the dollar, you have no excuses. I had to finally set this up, the business aspect, because I was finally ready to do it. So, there's free, then there's a little bit of money. Nothing on there yet is over $50. There's no reason or excuse. Like, hire your mentors, the people that resonate with you, whether it's me or anybody else. The best way is to invest. Also, when you pay dollars, money, you send that out to the universe. And there's this ebb and flow, this exchange of money. And it's even more powerful to actually pay than to hear things for free. I'm not joking. There's something there. And I will be doing podcasts on all of this stuff. And the only reason why I wouldn't is because I'm in the process of getting the next TV show pitch. Yeah! Right? So then you have to watch a TV show. But anyway, so my digital download store, keep coming to that and looking to see what I put up next. I have some incredible audio of real life coaching that can transform your life by vicariously relating to their story and situation. All the information I give them applies to every single human being on the planet, no matter what language you speak or where you're from, as long as you have a human brain. And nothing serious or traumatic happened to your actual physical brain, then this will apply to you. Okay? As you're a human being with a human brain intact, boom, this will apply. Of course, I'm working on it. It's going to all have to be translated into different languages. But for right now, just get that human to human, we can relate to other human beings and empower ourselves through somebody else. Because I believe we are mirrors for and to each other to gain greater wisdom and, more importantly, to evolve consciously, which is the key to superhumanness, to super consciousness, and putting out the gamma brain waves out into the universe. And that's how this is. Then you become such an incredible magnet for your dreams, desires, and passions. It's that highest level of the gamma waves that you want sent out unconsciously, and boom, all you have to do is go, oh. And now, for me, it's not, oh, I need this. It's like, oh, it's coming. Like intuitively, I don't even need to ask. They're telling me. Their brain is picking up my brain, and then they just step up to me and say, hi, my name is. And that happened twice, by the way, at this last secret knock. The very 2 people I was looking for. Right?
Yep.
They came right to my path. So, to wrap this up now, okay? To wrap this up, here's what we got, Suzanne. Right? The basic principles of what it takes to be a magnet for our dreams. Number 1, dreaming. believing with no evidence. Number 2, understanding fear and then friending it. Okay? Number 3, have no attachments, no expectations, no attachments. And 4, forget about it. Let it go. Live your life. Continue loving yourself, falling madly, passionately in love with you by understanding you and how you function as a human being. Okay? Get your foundation stable by loving and respecting yourself unconditionally. Get your needs met, right? Your survival needs met, and then keep training, keep practicing, and then the next thing you know, everything you need starts to show up. And so you got to take action, right? We want to make that clear in this magnet process. Sorry, I've been talking so much so fast. Is the actions that you take are based on passion. You're now driven by passion. You're now driven by passion. I'll say it one more time. You're driven by passion, not pain. And being driven by passion, it feels effortless. It doesn't feel like action. Like people say action, action, action. I'm like, I don't want to take action. But I take so much action because it's driven by pleasure and passion. I take so much action, yes, driven by pleasure and passion, that it never feels like I'm taking action. It feels effortless. And that's what's so powerful. And there it is. And there it is. And when you least expect it, boom, it'll show up. And when it shows up, now we're into, now that's the next thing, but now we're into the fear of success. So we have to deal with that, but who cares? Let's just get this down and start magnetizing. Let's just start practicing. You have to practice 10,000 hours of practice to mastery. So that's about 10 years in time. 10 years, right?
Yep.
No time like the present. I highly recommend it. It's fun. It's exciting. And again, this whole point, this is the magical aspect of life, and nobody could ever lose. And if you want to like work really hard and take massive action, be under a lot of stress and torment and look that way and look tired and look aged and look unhealthy and be unhealthy and be negative and be pessimistic and be complaining all the time, have at it. I wish you well, but back off, okay? Because I will cut you. No, I'm just kidding. That's my Bon Qui Qui. I don't know if people know Bon Qui Qui. From Mad TV, Angela Johnson, incredible comic. Angela Johnson! That's who I want on my podcast. I was just putting that out there. I just realized that. Okay, but let's not get sidetracked. So so wrapping it up here finally. Listen to the podcast. Please rate 5 stars on iTunes and every social outlet possible so I can get this out to the world to help as many people as possible by spreading the gift of transformation, the gift of self-love and self-respect, and really creating a world and a universe and a planet of happiness and love and health and wellness, abundance, prosperity, miracles, magic, and fun and play. That's what this is about. Really just sharing the gift of love, unconditional love. So that said, Suzanne, did that hit every spot?
It hit every spot. You kept going until we got to fun and play, which is what I was looking for.
Yeah, fun and play. All right, so thank you, everybody. Thank you, Suzanne, for being such a beautiful and amazing spirit and gift to me, all my listeners, and the world, because you do send out, you are the epitome of unconditional love. That is the energy that you exude, and you are always serving with your amazing, beautiful, loving, compassionate, empathetic spirit. And for that, I thank you on behalf of all humanity and this planet and for myself and my heart. And it really means a lot to me. So thank you so much.
My heart just received your hug. Thank you, babe.
Okay. Thank you all. Talk to you next time. It's Karen you're talking to. Drop the mic, over and out. Okay. And I love y'all. Thank you for listening.